Good morning, Our Lady of Mount Carmel. It is yet another beautiful day that we are delighting in as we finish up our end of the school year. My friends, today we have in our lectionary readings one of the wonderful, dramatic, and really exciting stories of the scriptures. Um, it's a story that reminds us that Elijah was not only uh, perhaps the greatest of the prophets of Israel. He was also a great trash talker. Elijah is kind of the Michael Jordan of the prophets. Not only was he able to overcome his opponents, but he made them feel pretty bad about it along the way. So you know the story. You know what's going on. Elijah is standing alone, telling the truth of God and his love for his people, surrounded by people who have fallen into faithlessness, and he's surrounded by the foreigners who don't recognize the God of Israel, and priests and prophets of idols, and in this case specifically the idol of Baal. So here's Elijah standing alone, surrounded, and it looks like he's going to be overcome. Now, we're not usually invited to put God to the test. The Lord's purposes are his own. But one of the things about being a prophet is that you have privileged insight into the Lord's intentions. So Elijah invites the prophets of Baal, 450 prophets of Baal, to put up or shut up. He says, if your God, this Baal, is so powerful, then let's see him demonstrate his power. And I'll do the same. And I'll invite Yahweh, the God of Israel, to make his power known to all of you. And whoever's God demonstrates his power, we will assent, right? You'll give up your worship of this idol if my God shows his power. So the prophets of Baal say, great, let's do it. And they say that they will build up a large pyre of wood and animal sacrifice and call down fire from heaven. So they do logs. I mean, this isn't a little fire pit. This is a massive bonfire. Trees, animal sacrifices. Think about it, large enough for large cows and sheep to be piled up on the wood. And the prophets, 450 prophets of Baal, march around this pyre. They call on Baal to send down fire. They pray. They cut themselves, trying to entice their demonic idol to show his power. And Elijah's watching them. And, I can just picture him sort of leaning back, and he says, "Oh, where's your God? Is he on a walk? Is he taking a nap? Is he in the bathroom?" I mean, he's getting under their skin. And of course, there's no fire from Baal. So Elijah stands and he simply prays. And he invites God to reveal himself. And God said, in fact, he says, all right, we've got this huge funeral pyre, or this huge pyre, it's not a funeral pyre, this huge sacrificial pyre. Go ahead and soak it down. Pour water on it. In fact, pour more water on it. And pour more water on it. Really get it wet. And we'll see how powerful God is. Well, he prays, and the Lord demonstrates his power, and he sends down fire that burns up the wood, burns up the animal sacrifice, and laps up the water that has pooled around this pyre in the trenches. My friends, we live in a time where, there aren't any prophets of Baal running around, but that doesn't mean that we aren't surrounded by idols. And it's easy to forget how much we can be distracted by the kinds of temptations that are associated with idols, that certain promises of fulfillment and happiness that just aren't true. So the one thing that we have as we look at the testimony of the saints and we look at the work of the church is we see that whereas these other idols promise satisfaction and wealth and happiness, we actually find in the very presence of the living God, the one who has the power to meet our needs, to heal our brokenness, and to bind us together in a community. And I think about all of the woundedness and the hurt and the ways that we attempt to go about being reconciled to one another, to find forgiveness and love. And I am reminded that it is the one true God who is the source of that kind of healing and reconciliation. He is the one who will show his power in our lives, and we can count on him, and he will make himself known. So, my friends, have a wonderful day. Our Lady of Mount Carmel, pray for us.